Hey, thanks for clicking. My name is Joe Fritz, and this is just kind of a setup test. Hi, how's it going? Hi. Hi. Um, just to see if I can make this work, whatever this is. So what I'm doing is I picked up some fancy new toys on clearance at Michael's. This is a Badger 105 Patriot airbrush. And I've got a compressor over here, and I've never airbrushed before, so I'm gonna learn. From what I understand, it's a lot like spray painting. It's just you get a little bit more control over everything. So what I'm going to be doing basically is fumbling right in front of you in this sort of you know fumbling with my words too. I'm just going to be kind of figuring out how to do things here, and I'm going to do it in front of you, test out sound, test out camera equipment, all that stuff, see what it looks like. Maybe this will be cool, maybe it'll be bad. Either way, I'm going to throw it up, laugh at myself, whatever. So here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off this little doohickey here, because that protects the needle. There's the needle. Yep. Got a very bright light shining at me right now. It's kind of blinding. I don't know if that quite works. Maybe the hat was a bad idea. Flip it around. Whatever. The first thing we need to do is get some paint. And what I'm doing for paint, since I'm just starting out, is this is just cheapo, just water-based paint. It'll be easy to clean. I'm not trying to make anything permanent right now. I'm just trying to make something that, whatever. I'm just going to be doing some quick exercises I found online for learning how to use an airbrush. That's basically all I'm going to be doing today. But this paint is kind of thick, and an airbrush needs runny paint. So I'm going to be adding a little water to this. My little cup here. Don't need a lot, I don't think. I think a little goes a long way in airbrushing, as far as I know, as near as I can tell. So you can see that's kind of thick. Yeah, it's not even running around. So we're gonna just add some life-giving water to it. Wondering if that lighting is not good. It might have been too much water. That's all right. We're still figuring this out. I thought I had everything ready. Didn't grab anything to stir with. Headphone jack in, external microphone, because the motor on this, I don't want to make a lot of noise. So that's the other part of this, is the sound. I want to see what the sound sounds like. So I'm gonna mix this up here. Stir it up. See, I'm just using black. I went ahead and bought all the primary colors. Those are really the only colors you need if you know what you're doing. You can make any color. You just need, yellow, blue, red, black, and white. That's all you need. I mean, you learn about that in school, grade school, how to mix colors, but you really, that's all you need. You don't need to buy a bunch of fancy colors. You can usually color match. Maybe I'll do a video on that at some point, just show you how to make any color you want. Quick way to learn is just get on get on Photoshop or get on even MS Paint and just look at how the colors interact with each other, and look at where stuff like, a flesh tone, or, for Caucasian people, flesh tone would be. Look up, the different types of gray and, lavenders and stuff like that, and see how they interact with each other, where they are on the color wheel, so to speak. Okay, so here we go. We're adding paint to this now, and hopefully I'm not doing this wrong. Just add a little bit. A little goes a long way. Okay. I've filled it up just a little bit. Again, I'm going to have to figure out the lighting situation because I don't think you can see inside there. So just a little bit of black paint in there. I'm assuming I have to put this lid on. This lid to keep the paint from just flying up into my face while I'm trying to paint. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to turn this bad boy on. And there it is, making a steady noise. Hopefully it's not making that in your ear right now. We'll see. I got a little louder when I talk. I'm going to lift this up. Can't tell if it's the angle. No. Can't tell if it's the angle. I'm looking at my my monitor on the camera up here. I can't tell if it's the angle I'm looking at it that makes the lighting look bad, or if the lighting's actually bad. So, still figuring this out. Okay, so the first exercise they talked about is something simple where you just draw some dots. So I'm going to go ahead and draw some dots. Now, if you've been following me, I have shaky hands. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to just start here by... okay, so push down, you just get air. You pull back on this thing, and it starts spitting paint out at you. The further you pull back, the more paint it spits out. Seems pretty self-explanatory. So here we go. Pull back a little bit. We're just gonna make a little dot. Yeah, there we go. Okay, little dot. I'm getting like little splashes over here. See, if I pull back too far, I'm getting all these little splotches. And that was just a big old drip. Okay, so don't pull back too far. Woo! Okay. There we go. That's a big old Jackson Pollock. That's the word I was looking for. So the exercise says you should try to make all the dots the same size. Clearly I need some practice. Okay, so we're learning how to dot. We're making some polka dots here. I'm noticing there's like little speckles. And I'm sure there are probably situations in which adding some of those speckles would actually be a good idea. Let's see if you can see them. Yeah. Would actually, add some nice texture if I'm drawing something sandy or whatever. Probably be good. But in this case, I'm just trying to add a nice even color, so I got to figure out exactly what causes that. I think maybe the paint is too thin. That's my guess. So maybe I'll add a little bit more black paint when I run out in here, and we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, still learning. So next exercise. Wow. So as it dried, it really got light. So definitely not a lot of paint in there. So the next exercise is just drawing nice lines, which straight lines have always been a difficult thing for me. Shaky hands. So here goes some lines. Okay. So, now that I've done that, I'm going to try to just draw something. I'm just going to draw it on this this pink pattern paper right here. But there's black in here, so basically I'm just going to try to draw a shape out of it. Just using the black shading and stuff like that. Trying to think of something appropriate for pink triangles. I don't know. Can't really think of anything. I have the same facial expression as the dude on my Revenge of the Nerd shirt. Anyways, I'll just make a skull. Deshare Zone. It can be the next Deshare Zone meme. Anyways, I'll just do a skull. That's classic. That's classic airbrush stuff, right? Let's give it a try. I'm just gonna start by getting the rough shape of it out here. So here we go. I want to make sure you can see it up there. Get the rough shape of it out. Just kind of. Starting to see that I should have taped this down. Kind of a funny shaped skull, but who cares? Like I said, practicing. It's always good when you're practicing to not have too much expectation of yourself. You're only human. You're still learning. You're learning every day. Just relax. It's art. It's supposed to be fun. Alright, so we're going to start kind of getting in here and adding the details. This is going to be the jaw. One of the reasons I picked a skull is because it's something I know. I mean, you take a guy who's been drawing, a guy who claims he's been drawing since he was a kid, and if he can't draw you a skull, he hasn't been drawing since he was 14. No, seriously though. I mean, skulls are freaking awesome. I mean, come on. What are you gonna do? Draw the teeth line here. Okay, there we go. Let's start getting in here. Drawing the details, definitely. Starting to warp the paper quite a bit. I don't know. It's kind of weird. That is not what I wanted to have happen there. Got some big old horse teeth. Maybe this is a more stylized skull than I meant to draw. That's okay though. Like I said, we're just having fun. One thing I'll say, my arm's getting tired. I can't honestly say it's never gotten tired from drawing before. It's just a pencil. Ah, jeez. Yeah, still trying to figure this stuff out. Let's, It's the Mr. Skullhead Show, starring him, Mr. Skullhead. Oh, I think that's it for paint. Okay, so I promised myself I would add more paint to this. So that's what I'm gonna do. Still got to figure out the right mix. I definitely added too much water. You know what, instead of just leaving those gnarly horse teeth, I think I'm just gonna have him have his mouth open a little bit. When you're painting, you can almost always fix it. That's why you should never get discouraged. Just throw some more paint over the top of it. It's fine. That's why every pencil has an eraser at the end. Going all Bob Ross on you here. Here we go. Painting a happy little skull. He's just gonna be our little friend, isn't he? Yeah. I think that's a lot better. Yeah. Okay, so drawing our happy little skull here. Alright, so we're gonna get up in here. I don't know all the different parts of the skull. I'm sure there's some people who know every single groove is called in the skull, but I am not one of those people. I'm sure they teach you in art school when you are learning how to draw the human form. I didn't take much art school. This is starting to look more like a charcoal drawing. I don't know. Probably because I'm using one color. Maybe I'll switch over to white to finish this off. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how long this goes. He needs every skull needs a nose. Every skull needs its nose. Just like every night has its whatever. Just like every cowboy. Gotta stop singing. That's annoying. I would hate it if I was watching a YouTube video. This is turning into more of like an animal skull, but whatever. If I was watching a YouTube video and some dude just started singing, I would be like, oh, you son of a bitch. Turn it off immediately. You know, when you're learning something, you just kind of have to just keep doing it. Get good at it. Forget who said it, but, you know, there's an old saying, you have to spend 1,000 hours on something to be an expert at it. That's all you got to do. And you just got to take it a little bit at a time. Don't get discouraged. You know, I I figured out how to use Photoshop. I figured out how to draw on my own. You just kind of have to bang your head against it until you figure it out. Right now, this is me banging my head for Heavy Metal Health. Here we go. Alright, we're going to kind of draw. I didn't give myself enough room here. But we definitely want to start to figure out where the brow line is here. I'm thinking this dude's still got eyes in his sockets. Alright, had to free up some space on my phone, so if there was a quick pause, maybe I won't even say it. Whatever, edit this part out. You edit this part out. I'm not editing this. Okay, so like I said, I think this guy's still got some eyes in his sockets. Almost looks like a gorilla skull at this point. I don't know if you've ever seen a gorilla skull. You just have the big nose hole, and you know, their forehead doesn't go up very high, so I don't know. I don't have enough room to really make it a gorilla skull. I can kind of make these ones on the side, like the eye teeth, into fangs if I want to. Yeah. You can barely see it. Alright, so I want to do the pupils here. This will be the tricky part. This will take a portion of my cunning. Nope, all of my cunning. I kind of like how it flared out there. That's a happy skull. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Alright. Get further away. Yeah, okay, we're getting there. Get more coverage. Yeah. I feel like I want to go in and do some highlights though. So I am going to put a new color in, which means I have to clean this. The first thing we gotta do, as I understand it, is basically put the extra paints into this thing. This is a just a cleaner thing. It should be all of it. I gotta go get a paper towel. Okay, so since this is water-based, this should be pretty easy. I just gotta clean this, which seems like kind of a pain. Like cleaning a brush is easier. But I saw online somebody talking about how, you know, the people who are good who can do this, do the same work with a brush that they can with an airbrush. So I'm trying to figure out, like, is it really easier to use an airbrush, or is it, I guess if you want a desired effect, you definitely want to use an airbrush. I'm going to add some water to the top of the airbrush here. Ah! Woo! There's like steam coming out. See the steam coming out? We're smoking out in here. It's like a vaporizer. Okay. Okay, and then add some more water. And from what I gathered, you can kind of if you block the tip of the brush and then pull back and kind of get that bubbly. Probably don't want to do that over a painting that you want to finish. That kind of cleans out the insides too. Alright, well hopefully that's good enough. Hopefully. Alright, it looks pretty clean. I'm gonna do one more little thing of water here. See what kind of bubbles we get out of this. See what color the bubbles are. Yeah, that's pretty clear. That water's pretty clear. Okay, I think we're good. That's gonna be like the... That's gonna be like my paranoid thing, is making sure this is clean, get all the color out. I've been told Windex is really good for cleaning these. I got a big old thing of Windex for back here. It's gonna be good if I ever have like a runny nose or something. Need a humidifier. Just, you know, come back here and... I feel like maybe I should add a background or something so I don't look like a serial killer. I'm in a weird shed, airbrushing pictures of skulls, and I'm worried about the background making me look like a serial killer. Okay. A little bit of white. A little goes a long way. And I think maybe I'm gonna have to get some Q-tips or some toothpicks or something back here, just so I can mix these colors together, because that might have been too much water again. Just a little bit more paint. Well, that's on the floor. And that almost... that just about does it, actually. It kind of gets paint everywhere. Swirl it. Swirl it. Taking the bouquet. It smells like grade school. Smells like, you know, art day in grade school. Okay, so now we're going to go in and add some highlights. It never ceases to amaze me how highlights can really just bring out, make something that looked goofy look so good. It still looks goofy because I'm still having trouble getting a consistent amount of paint coming out, but I think it's starting to look really good actually, I think. I don't know. Let's kind of fill in this white a little bit more. And now we'll go. Big old shininess. And to think, this started out as pink triangles on some crafting book. What do they call those? The books that they put. I swear I'm sober. Scrapbooking. This is like scrapbooking paper. You still watching? All right. Why? Why are you still watching? So yeah, I'm still gonna have to try to figure out paint texture and how much paint to add and how much paint not to add and all that stuff. It's starting to look like the pink is starting to look like muscles or something. I mean, I like the way that looks, but I think I want to do like one more pass of black before I call it a night. You know, he kind of looks like the Tarman zombie from Return of the Living Dead, maybe? Brains! Brains! More brains! Okay, so I'm going to do just one more pass of black, and then we'll call it a night. At some point, maybe I'll get 2 of these. I could totally see myself, though, like, trying to paint something, and then using one color and being like, oh, I'm done with that color. And then, you know, get halfway into using a new color and realizing, oh, I forgot to paint this part. It's just, I know myself. I know I would do that. I think this angle looks a lot better than the last one. One more pass on the black, just to kind of give this a little bit more shape, and I'll clean up for the night. Maybe play some God of War. My son deleted my game on God of War. I don't blame him, though, because at some point, video game developers decided that save slots weren't a thing that they should do. I mean, all he did was start a new game and play for a few hours. And I was relying on the autosave. And you can probably guess what happened. So it's partly my fault, partly video game developers' fault for not having save slots and reminding me to save my game. Well, maybe they don't need to remind me, but just say like, okay, this is Joe's save. The first Zelda game. I'm ranting. Okay. The first Zelda game had 3 save slots. This is like technology that has existed since the 1980s. We can have save slots. It's okay. And I don't want to hear that crap about I need to set up a separate account. I shouldn't have to set up a separate account. I should have save slots. Right? What if I want to start a new game and try to play the game a different way? I got to start a whole new game. I have to delete my old game? Forget that. I'm not doing it. It's not fair. Okay? It's just not fair. All right. End of rant. All right, so let's finish this bad boy up. Okay. I'm just gonna. It's getting serious now. I'm standing up. All right, well. Well, I don't think I'm going to get much better than that for now. But hey, this has been fun. Yeah, so that's something I did some practice, did some more practice, something. Who knows, maybe you'll see something painted by me on a van near you someday. Paraptor Keat Creations, coming soon to a van near you. I guess that's how I'll end it. Now to clean this.